Hello everyone, welcome back to Ben and Danielle Reviews. I'm Ben.
I'm JamieLynn.
And we are here to talk about our top 100 games of all time. We are on 80 through 71 this time.
Yep.
And I know for myself, this is probably the weirdest 10, the most different 10, I would say.
Okay.
From the list. Definitely have everything across the board, like you name it, it's in this, in, like all different types of games in this section.
Yeah, I'd say mine are pretty unique too.
And I don't know how I feel. I feel like this one has the most potential for change in future years, for going up or down. I would say the most, yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, yeah. So far, I feel like I've had a lot of like new games and in my list, and this has some new. It has 1, 2, 3, 4 new games, some classics, and some games that were kind of slid out of my top 50 previously. That used to be earlier on in the channel, and that have hovered around this spot last year that I didn't get to talk about last year.
Okay.
So yeah, who should we have start this time?
I'll go.
Alrighty.
My number 80 is a heavier game. It is La Granja.
Okay.
And there's multi-use cards in this game. You're gonna play cards for its power, for the harvesting part of it, and also there's like pigs and stuff, so you can get that and meat and stuff, and then also for deliveries that you can use to put more stuff on the board that do different things. There's also an area control aspect of if you place it on the 6 and your opponent has like a 5 and a 4, you would remove them and score points based off that. I really like the multi-use cards. There's also dice drafting, and I really like that give you different things. You're going to be making the deliveries and get it going up on the siesta track, and it's just one I really like. I don't get to play it that much, but it's definitely one that could go higher if I played it more.
So you own this game?
Yep.
Do you have the beige one, or do you have the super deluxe fancy one?
Very beige.
Okay. I recently got the deluxe one, and I want to play it at some point, but yeah, it's just one of those things I haven't cracked open and checked it out, but it seemed like it was cool, and the deluxeified stuff seems like it'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it looks awesome, the new one.
Yeah. All right. My number 80 was my number 71 last year.
Yep.
It's just one of those games that's been a part of the channel for forever. There's a new version of it out by CMYK, and that's Quedlinburg.
Oh, yep.
I still have the Quedlinburg version. I don't really have any interest in buying the new version. I like the old-timey Euro-y look versus the old pop art bubbly kind of thing.
I agree.
But everyone hated on the way the last one looked, but I liked the look of it personally.
I didn't mind it. I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it either. It was just a game.
Yeah, and I like the upgraded components from the Geek store, the Geek Up bits. Those are fun.
Very nice.
Yeah, it's a push your luck bag building game, and you are buying different types of ingredients to add to your bag to make your bag better, and hopefully your potion better as the rounds go on.
Yep.
And I would hope at least that my potion gets better as the rounds go on.
Yep.
And yeah, bag building, push your luck. I like the aspect of, do I want to do one more potion to try and get further? Because as you're going along, you want to start buying more nicer things and get more points. But also, you don't want to bust, because that means that I'm either not going to get points or I'm not going to get to improve my bag for next round. And that feels really... It doesn't feel like it's the end of the world, but it does feel like make you feel like kind of a failure when you do that. But it's not too punishing where...
It's not, no.
Yeah, because there's also some catch-up mechanics with it.
Yep.
So it's still one of those games where it's push your luck, but it still keeps the theme of fun in the forefront of it, which I enjoy for what looks like, if you look at the box, like a punishing Euro game, but it's really not. Which I will give it credit for. The new art definitely captures the theme of what the game should be. I just don't like it as much.
I've seen the cover of the new one, then I didn't really like it. I don't know how much the components and stuff look.
Yeah. I can't hate on it. It's just it's just not my thing. I don't mind the beige Euro personally.
Same here.
All right.
My number 79 is my biggest drop. I don't have on this anyway, the data from the last list, but it was in early years before I started doing this with the channel. It was my number 1, and now it's my number 79. It's 5 tribes.
Oh wow, okay. Yeah.
Partly don't play it as much. The other part is the bidding system at the last few times I've played it has kind of made me not like it as much. Where you're going to be, especially in a 2-player game, I like that you have 2 turns so you can plan it, but a lot of the time it just ends up being everyone's going on the 0 track and then the 1. And that just kind of left me not liking it as much.
Yeah.
I kind of wish like maybe the 0 track had a little less so you actually had to make decisions, because the first part of the game there's so many options that you can just bid 0 and you're going to probably score about the same amount of points. Maybe later on there'll be, because there's less options, there'll be higher scoring opportunities. The gins do make it interesting because they give you different powers and stuff. I like that. But it's a Mancala game where you're taking your group of meeples, and then depending on the color that you land on, you get those meeples and you do something. You can multiply all the blue that you have of meeples versus the tiles. The green one deals with the market, where you can take so many of the first, depending if you have 3 green, you can take 3 cards. The white ones help you with doing the special powers of the gins, or they're 2 points at the end of the game. The yellow ones let you, if you have the most at the end of the game, you get 10. They also give you 1 point at the end of the game. And it's still fun. I like it, but that bidding track, I think, is what kind of made me not like it as much in recent plays.
I think if I remembered what each color meeple did for you, I would enjoy it more. I have to constantly reference, and it just feels like work to me. I do like the 2-player aspect of being able to pre-plan your turns better.
I do like that, yep.
I do think that the bidding is a lot more interesting with more players, though.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. So I can't decide which one I like better, just because, I mean, I might lean towards the multiplayer just for that reason. But, yeah.
I like the 2-player version. It's just I wish the bidding track was maybe something different. Yeah. All those zeros.
Yeah, why not bid 0 if it's not going to cost you? If you're
there's 3 of them, so it just seems like those are always getting taken.
Yep. All right. So my number 79 is one I want to get to the table, and they keep making more content for it. And I do enjoy it, how richly thematic it is. The problem is I'm just really bad at it, and I don't want to play it by myself, even though I could.
Okay.
And that's Chronicles of Crime.
Oh, yep.
Chronicles of Crime. It's just I think it does a lot of things very, very well, and the storytelling in this game is insane.
Yeah, it seems good. I haven't played it.
Yeah. Most of our group does not like these kind of games.
Has Sharita tried it?
Sharita has not. Sharita likes true crime stuff.
Yeah, I think she'd love it.
I think she would enjoy it. I'm hesitant though, because with her personality, she'd be I'm trying to solve a mystery here, and she is just cracking jokes the whole time. That would make it a little. That would add another half hour to the game.
Yep.
But she would really enjoy this game.
I think so, yeah.
But yeah, so I thought about bringing it, showing it to her, but yeah. They also have the new cryptids coming out, which I'm super interested in.
That looks cool.
The Noir one, I've played that. That one's fun. I have the Red View, which is about the Archie verse one. That one I've wanted to try because that's a theme that I very much enjoy. That old like 1950s cartoony, like Archie teenage angst sort of thing. That's a cool theme. Yeah, the stories are really cool. They get really dark and they get really like there's some like very mature content in it for a game, so it's definitely not a family friendly thematic game, but it's one that I've had very fond memories of. But I've also had some experiences with it that, particularly with Eli and coworkers, where it's not been as fun, or they don't get into it as much. So you definitely have to.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Also, it makes me feel dumb because I'm not smart when it comes to crime solving stuff. But it's one like the theme of it, and I've never seen a game where you can use your phone and you can use like 3D goggles and you can actually like 3D look around a crime scene and actually discover things. And that's a cool idea, and it does apps very well.
Yeah, it seems like it does.
It's just very, for me, it's very hard because I have a hard time with this game, but it's good.
My number 78 is a redone version of a previous game. It has a new theme and all that. It's the Lord of the Rings Duel for Middle-earth.
Nice.
Okay. I didn't write down where Lord of the Ring, Seven Wonders Duel was, but I think it's been on my list previously. In this one, there's 3 different win conditions. You're gonna have a pyramid of cards, and one, Sam and Frodo are being chased, and you want either, if you're the good guys, you want to get Sam and Frodo to the end, or the other one, the bad guys, you're chasing them. If they ever catch up, you lose. There's a map where you're trying to get all 7 regions, and if you don't, if you're trying to get all 7 regions, and if anyone does, it ends the game immediately. Same with that one, and then the other one, I'm trying to remember what it is. I don't remember. But what I like about this one better, I think, is it cleans up some of the buying stuff in the Seven Wonders Duel. Like, you had to spend money for resources you didn't have, but then you also had to give money to your opponents and stuff. And I think this one just does it more interesting. I think for every resource you don't have, you have to spend like 1 or 2, and that's it for each resource. And I've played it a few times, and it's been really fun.
Yeah. Do you enjoy the Lord of the Rings
Not
franchise?
really.
No?
I've seen the movies a long time ago. It's been a long time, but it's not a theme I really like that much.
So you don't have any affinity to that IP at all?
Not really.
So, okay. It just, mechanically, this game replaces Seven Wonders Duel.
I don't know. I'd have to play Seven Wonders again. I have them both still.
Yeah.
I have the expansion for Seven Wonders Duel.
Okay.
Which might make me like it more. I don't know. I'd have to play it again. I've only played it once.
Sure.
But I enjoy both of them. But
cool.
This one's just the one that I've played recently, and I like it more.
Cool. Right. My 78 is a brand new game as well to the list. And it's one that we talked about in our previous video earlier on in the day.
Yep.
But it's been a while. And that's Kinfire Council.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Kinfire Council made my top 100. And that was only through one play of it. So Kinfire Council is a game, and it takes place in the Kinfire universe along with the Kinfire Delves, the Kinfire Chronicles.
Yep.
And you are playing as a faction, and you are and it's a tiered board where the top is going to have more powerful effects, and it's going to have 3 tiers, where the bottom's going to be the least powerful effects. But they're going to cost you, based on the tier, it's going to cost you a number of food to visit each section. Is going to be more expensive, and you can block, and only one worker can be at each spot on this board. And you are going to be collecting resources to overcome these different bad guys, and you're going to be voting on these different decrees and things. Like, what are you going to, do you want to vote to veto a bad thing, or do you want to vote to possibly pass a bill that's going to be beneficial to everyone or beneficial to only yourself? Do you want to be selfish? Do you want to better the whole of everyone, or do you want to stop a bad thing from happening and letting the bad guys stop the bad guys from doing something? And and a lot of good things going on, a lot of resources, different resources to be trying to build up for doing different things, and you can upgrade your different workers. Each one can learn skills.
Yep.
Which I think is cool. Where each particular worker that you have is a character in that universe, and they can all learn different skills to become more powerful, or work to do certain things for you. And I think that's cool. Also has the cultists, which are the bad guys in this game. They're summoning these different monsters and stuff that are going to get them points. They can actually win the game by having more points than the players. And then halfway through the game or so, like whenever someone wants to, you can be like, if you decide that I think the cultists are going to win the game, you can join their side and you can betray everyone. And you can win by them winning. But also the other players can actively work at that point to make sure that doesn't happen, of course. But yeah, you can join. I think that's one of the things that sets this game apart, is the fact that you can join the bad guy's side if at any point during the game. I think it's really cool.
Yeah, that sounds really cool. I haven't played it. I've played Kinfire Delve. I want to try Kinfire Chronicles.
Yeah.
But the Kinfire world's really interesting. And then this one's very different than the other two. It seems really cool.
Yeah, I don't know how much I love like this sort of high fantasy stuff or whatever. Like they've created this world that I don't know how invested into this world I can get with all these other board games, but it seems cool.
Yeah,
all the different characters and they've created, and this world that they've created seems cool in the whole general scape of it, but it's getting into another world.
Yeah, that's one I want to try.
Yeah, it's fun. The game is fun though.
My number 77 is a crossover. We talked about it earlier.
Yep.
It's a small card game. It's Pixies.
Yeah. Okay.
We've played it a bunch. We played it I think a few times in person, and then we played it a bunch on BGA. And in the game, you're doing a 3x3 grid. It has that you want the numbers 1 to 9. 9 goes in the 9 spot. 1 goes in the 1 spot. It has these swirly things that give you points, but then also these X's that make you lose points. And if you have it like a 9, it doesn't count until you get a second 9 underneath it, and you can choose which one it is. There's also colors that you can use to try to get as many colors that'll let you score more points. It's a fun little small card game. I'm looking for a copy of it, and I want to get it eventually because I really like it.
Yeah, and the expansion that they put out, it definitely adds some punishing aspects to it, for sure. There's a lot more negatives and things punishing you for staking stuff. So, yeah, definitely enjoy it, for sure.
Yep.
All right. So my number 77 was 42 last year. This game was super hot when it came out, and I feel like it's still getting talked about, but it's not as crazy as it was when it first came out. I think it's going to be higher on your list.
Okay.
And it's called Earth.
Probably.
Yeah, Earth is very much has the Race for the Galaxy action point system, where on your turn you choose what action you want to do, and everyone gets to do that action. And you're building up your own personal board of fauna, I guess, and those are all going to activate different effects during different phases when certain phases get activated, and they're going to be worth a certain number of victory points, and they're going to have a certain number of spots that can hold seeds and hold trees on them.
Yep.
And that's for a simple like action selection card game, there's a lot of depth to this game.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think, and the goals, the different end of game goals, I will admit, sometimes I don't pay attention to these goals as much as I should.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it comes back to hurt me. But I enjoyed this card game a lot. And the way you rearrange the cards in your grid to arrange them to make them activate in a certain way and in a certain order, it can be a little bit more interesting than I first anticipated when I first played the game. Because there's some will let you gain a certain type of resource, and then you can spend that resource later on. Whereas if you put it right here, you're spending a resource that you wouldn't have had if you would have played it before this one that gained it.
The order matters.
Yeah, for sure.
And then you even have your own personal scoring thing, at least in the advanced version, where you could be trying to collect cards that are 2 points or 3 points or lower, or have a certain number of a certain symbol on the card.
Yeah.
It just has a lot going for it that I really like.
Yeah, Earth is a fun game. There's other games that do this as well. They're starting to become more and more. It used to be only a couple of games did this, and now more and more games are starting to do this thing and doing it very well, which is awesome.
Yep. My number 76 is a crossover. It is the Quackshot-Quedlinburg.
All right.
It's a push your luck game. We talked about it already. The one thing that we didn't talk about is one thing I really like, again, is modularity. And every game, each chip is going to do something different based on these books. In the base game, I think there's 4 different powers for most of them. And then in the expansion, the Herb Witches, it adds 5 and 6. So every game's going to be different. I just usually shuffle them up and pick them randomly. Nice. And I really like that because every game's going to be different then, because the red tile will score very differently than the previous game you played, and the green and all that. And I haven't played it as much recently, but it's one I really like.
Awesome. Yeah, this is a fun game for sure. Yeah. I do find myself getting burned out on it if I play it too many times and within a short period of time, but it's one I do enjoy quite a bit.
Yeah.
Getting to the table every once in a while.
Yeah, I think it's one that play it every once in a while, and it's one you don't have to relearn it that much.
Oh no,
you just kind of you can just pick it up and play it.
Yeah,
if you have that right group.
Yeah, I feel like it's one game where I could not play it for a year.
Yep.
And still know how to play this game.
I really like that kind of game where you don't have to really relearn it. You might have to check one thing in the rule book, but I don't feel that same way about Earth or 5 or Campfire Council or most of the next few games that are coming up. But, yeah. All right. So my number 76 was 64 last year, and it's just doesn't hit the table as much as and that's because the theme, I thoroughly enjoy this theme, but it's very, very off-putting to a lot of people. And that's the bloody end. Yep.
I don't think, I think you're one of those people that finds it very...
It's more the art that I don't like.
Oh, yeah, the art.
And then the theme, whatever.
Yeah.
I only played it once, but I would need to play it again. And
yeah. So the Bloody Inn, it takes place in 1800s France. You play as family members running a small town inn, and you're going to have travelers coming through, and they're going to stay in your hotel rooms, and you are going to give them rooms for the night to stay in, and you're going to get money for them staying in your rooms. But the fun of the game is it wouldn't be necessarily fun if you were just checking these people in and just letting them go about their business. Because sometimes at night when they're sleeping, you get to kill them and take all their money. But you do have to bury their bodies before the cops come. Because naturally when the cops come around, you got to make sure the bodies are buried. And you can also bury them in your... You can bury them in your own places, hiding spots, and get all the money. Or you can force them into your opponent's hiding spots, your family members, and share the money with them. And then the other guests that you have coming into your in, you can also bribe them to join your criminal empire. And I think the way that this works, that the discarding cards to do actions and having only two actions per round makes for some interesting decisions, and really having to plan ahead for things. And then laundering money, of course, I think is really a fun thing, where because you can only hide money under your mattress for so long before your mattress just can't hold any more money under it. Yeah, it's a great game. I think the art fits the game very well. Not everyone appreciates that. I think it's super cool and it works very well for the game. That's the bloody end.
My number 75 is a 2-player game, and it's actually played with a standard deck of cards.
Okay.
I think that's my only one on this list. It is cribbage.
Okay.
I learned this game a long time ago, before I even really knew about all these hobby board games, and I played it a little bit, and then just recently I've been playing it a little more with my mom, and it's just one I like, and I played it online a few times.
No amount of playing this game or watching videos on how to play this game can make me understand the score.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that takes away from my enjoyment, not understanding how the scoring works. I know there's people that have been playing it for 50 years that just know it like it's nothing, but I can't grasp my head around it. I mean, I'll play random cards down, and you can tell me how many points I score.
There's also a rule which you would hate. I don't play with it. It's the Muggins rule.
Okay.
Where you have to score your own, because if you miss points, you can steal the other person's points.
Oh, okay. Steal as many points as you want. I wouldn't know the difference.
I've never played it. I don't really care about that, but...
Okay.
Yeah, that's my number 75.
Okay. That sounds like a very old head rule that people in the pubs are playing by. And it's to steal other people's money. All right. My number 75 is a roll and write game.
Okay.
That we talked about a little bit. Sharita and I did on her top 50 list a little bit, and it's called Riverside.
Yep.
Yeah, Riverside. It's a game where you are playing as like a Nordic cruise ship, like winter cruise, and you're going to be going along this cruise line on this route and stopping at different excursions to score victory points. And you're rolling dice to sell tickets to different to different excursions, and then how many tickets you sell multiplied by the number of that excursion, how fun that excursion is, score points. And then every time you do that type of excursion, it has to be better than the previous one in order to score it. And does some things really cool with that, and you get to moving that many spaces away from where you're at, increasing your distance that you can move to, and you're spending a certain amount of heat to increase how powerful each effect is. And it's a really fun game that I don't play as much as I probably should, but it's one that we've been playing on the channel for longer than this game's been out in the US. And I'm glad that it finally was able to come out and finally got distribution in the US. Chili Fox doesn't really have the best distribution here in the US, I don't believe. But yeah, these games that these guys put together are really good, and we enjoy almost all of them.
Yeah, Riverside's a fun game. It didn't make my list. I've only played it like twice, I think, or 3 times at most. And do you feel like it's a game that, like, if you played it right now, you could just play it, or would you have to relearn it again? That's kind of how I felt when I played it a few times.
Yeah, to
kind of relearn it. Because if I had to play it again, it's been probably like a year or so, I'd have to relearn it again.
So, not making this all about Sharita, of course, this video. Her and I did play this, I would say, about 2 weeks ago, after not playing it for about 6 to 9 months.
Yep.
And I think her and I had different remembrances of how the game played.
Mm-hmm.
So we had to consult the rulebook for a few things. My remembering of the game was a little bit better than hers, I feel like, with that. But yes, I had to reference a few things, but largely we remembered, I would say, 80% of it. But yeah, we did have to reference the rulebook more than we probably should have had to. So yeah, it's a little crunchier for the roll and write genre, for a genre that's generally on the lighter side.
Yeah,
this one is more on the medium, light medium side.
Probably, yeah.
But it's one that I enjoy. That's worth giving a try to.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, if you can get a copy of it, for sure. We were talking in our video together about how much I may have had to overpay for this game just to get a copy of it before it was readily available, because for the longest time we didn't know this was ever coming to the US. Like, it was like a year and a half, 2 years before it actually hit the US shelves. Like, I've heard it talked about a lot, and I was like, oh, this is going to be a game that we're all going to really enjoy. And so I forked over the money to buy a copy from overseas, and then and then right after I bought it, we played it for a few times, and then finally came to the US.
Is it in stock now, do you know, or is it out of stock?
I don't know. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it around.
Yeah, it'd be fun to try again. I like that one.
But we have a copy if you ever want to play it.
My 74 is an engine building game. It was 23 at one point, and right now it's 74. It is Gizmos.
Oh, yes.
In this game, you're going to have this thing, and it has file and pick and all this stuff, and you're going to have this pyramid of cards. The low ones cost like 1 yellow marble, and the top one can cost a lot more, and depending on what cards you have there, if you have one that says, like, when you pick a yellow, you get to draw a random thing, you would pick that yellow, and then you get to draw a random thing from the dispenser, and it can add up quickly, because as you get more of these, you can do this to do that, to do this to do that, and it's really fun. I like it.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but the best way I would describe this game is like a Potion Explosions meets like the Race for the Galaxy action point system, where you have the different actions of things you can do in your turn, but then it has like the Potion Explosion, sort of like the dispenser sort of thing.
I don't know if I see the action point thing, because you're usually just picking a
thing.
you're just picking a marble, or you're filing a card that could also start your engine.
So you get 5 actions of things you can do on your turn, of 5 different actions, and then that becomes more powerful with the more cards you have, for sure. Yeah, I didn't fully enjoy it the first couple times I played it. It's one that's grown on me a little bit the more I played it, but yeah. I think I like the idea of this game more than I like the game itself, maybe. But yeah, it's the people that like this kind of game really like this kind of game.
Yeah, I love engine building too.
Yeah, I guess maybe I think of it more of like the toy versus a.
It definitely is, yep.
But yeah, it's a cool toy game. Yeah, that I enjoy that. I like that people enjoy it. Yeah. My number 74 is new to me this year. It's a new game. From Thunderworks Games, and that's Flip Tunes.
Nice.
It is a deck building game where you are making a cartoon, episodes of cartoon, and you are hiring these characters from your deck, flipping over cards to make this cartoon, and you are using your points that you get from the revenue basically to hire and fire more characters to hopefully make your deck and your cartoon better from episode to episode until eventually you get to the final showdown, where certain costs, I think it's a 40-point threshold, you're going to trigger the end of the game. I'm probably wrong, but yeah, I don't remember what the actual exact number is, but the game will tell you. And that will trigger the end of the game, and which everyone will do one final flip off, and then whoever has the best episode from that final flip off will win the game. And it's a fun game. A cute. I think the characters in the game are pretty cute.
Yeah, the art's good.
Yeah, art is adorable, and it's fun, and it works with the theme very well. And that's Fliptoons. Happy that it's finally getting a second print run, and it's going to be more widely available.
Yeah, that's a fun one.
Yeah, it plays well at 2. It also plays equally as well with 3 or 4. Yeah, Fliptoons.
My number 73 is Queen Domino.
Okay.
It's a series. There's King Domino and King of Domino Origins, and then Moon River. And in Queen Domino, you're going to be making, at least in the 2-player version, a 7x7 grid. You're going to have 4 tiles out and then 4 tiles out. And on your turn, you take one of your tiles or one of your pieces, and you place it. And depending on where you place it is turn order. So if you place it on the 4th tile, you're going to be going 4th, but it might be a really good tile. And then you're trying to match colors. So like the blue one, and then times the number of crowns it has. So if there's 5 blue and then 4 crowns, you'd get 20 points at the end of the game. Also in Queen Domino, there's these tiles, the red spaces, that let you have different scoring goals and different things. And I've played it a few times, and it's been fun, and I like it.
Awesome. Yeah.
Yep.
You know how I feel about about King Domino series. I still think that the concepts in this game are really cool. Them all together as one, to me, just doesn't make for a very enjoyable experience. I think it's a game that I appreciate what it does for the hobby, and like it's a very accessible game that's easy for people to learn, teach, play. It's not a game for me.
Yeah,
and
that's fair.
Yeah, and like I think each of the mechanics in the game, they do each thing like very stripped down very well. Like the way you're drafting tiles and going first. Like I think each mechanic in this game is done better by something else, by another game, and so I just never choose to play it. And then Moon River is more of the same, except for it makes the game 3 times as long.
I really like Moon River. I've only played it once though.
Yeah, I think Moon River is the best version of it, but it's also way too long, so it's also the worst version of it.
I never felt that.
Yeah. You didn't feel like it was too long?
No.
Yeah, that game went on forever.
It didn't seem like it. We played it online, but
yeah, I felt like that game went on it took all the best parts of King Domino, except it made it 3 times as long. So if it would have done it in a third of the time, it would have been the best of the. Yeah, I think I like the fact that King Domino is over quickly.
Yeah, it is for sure.
And that's my favorite part of that. I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing or not. Yeah. I like the fact that it's over quickly.
Yep.
Well, aren't I terrible about that? Yeah, I ended up getting rid of it. It's one that was one of the original games that my ex and I bought when we first started gaming, and I didn't care for it then, and I think my enjoyment of the game had not gotten better over time.
Makes sense. Yep, there's just those games sometimes.
Yeah, it's one of those games where if you don't like it the first time you play it, you're not gonna like it. You're not gonna like it the 12th time.
Yeah.
So my number 73 is going to be an interesting one because I don't know where it's going to land next year. And that's because you can't get a copy of it.
Ooh, okay.
And that's Norseman.
Yep.
Yeah, so Norseman is a brand new game from 2025. It's from a small publisher in Europe that they don't have any distribution in the US, and they don't really have anything to really say to me about the matter. Like when you ask them, email about them, asking about it, they don't really have anything to say about it. But I enjoy the game. It's so it is a game where you have a Viking clan, and you are going to be building up these ships, like collecting resources to build more ships, to collecting resources to build more buildings to be placing on the board, because you're going to be taking these ships, these long ships of yours, and you're going to be sailing to different areas of Europe to speak your law of sorts. They're called law speakers that you're going to be placing on these different spots. They're going to be settling on different areas to speak the word of your clan, basically. And you are going to be getting points for that, and you're going to basically have control of these different areas, and you can be placing these huts and stuff, buildings on these different spots to claim them as your own, and makes it traveling more easy, more accessible around different areas, and getting points. And I think just the way that you are collecting these goods, and you have to spend your goods because they don't they don't transfer over from round to round. So I think that's a cool concept, and getting to draw more cards in this game can be rather difficult. So making the most of the characters that you have I think is a really cool thing. And this game doesn't get talked about at all.
Yeah, I haven't heard that much about it.
Yeah, I've heard of a couple people talk about, hey, I want to try this game, but it's not available. But I haven't heard anyone actually like play this game. Really, that's really talked much about it. But I enjoy it for what it is. You can definitely, if you get an early start, run away with it. What I still enjoy this game, and I want to hopefully be able to teach it to people here in the area.
Yeah.
But right now it's only available in BGA and available in Europe and with small press. So
yeah, hopefully it gets to come over here.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's not going to last very long in the top 100. As much as I may want it to.
My number 72 is a roll and write. It is Rolling Realms.
Yeah, okay.
In this game, you're going to have 9 different realms based on many different board games. Each realm is a different board game, and it does something slightly similar to what that board game did. You're going to shuffle them up and then deal out 9 cards. You're going to draw 3 of them, and those are the 3 you're going to play for the first round, and then you'll do 3 for the second, 3 for the third. Each of them work slightly differently. Some of them have like a press your luck element. There's one like based off of Can't Stop, Planet Unknown, many different games, and it's a fun when you roll these 2 dice and you write down one number in one number in the other spot. You can't write down, I believe, both of them in the same one. There's these resources you can get based on what cards you're doing and stuff, and they can change the die or let you do different powers. And I've only played it a few times. It could go higher if I play it more. I want to get more of the realms, but it's been fun.
So when did you start playing this game, I should ask?
Think about it last year, so
okay.
Last year?
Okay.
I've only played it like probably 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, this is one that's like infinitely modular.
Yep,
sure.
very, yep.
Yes.
Because
like
every game can be different because you're only going to be using 9 cards.
Yeah.
And then there's so many promo packs.
Yeah, this game was definitely one that was definitely published almost on accident.
Yep.
And it was definitely designed to be a COVID activity that was never really necessarily, at least in Jamie's eyes, meant to be actually like fully published, but it just people kept playing it with him more and more, and it's one that I definitely played during COVID, before it was a real big thing, and played along with that print. It was a print and play that ended up. It was printed because of the demand for a physical game of this, and I enjoy that quite a bit, and I think it's cool, just showing like what you can do with such a system. And I think it's cool, like all the publishers that are willing to let him use their games and be like all the all the collabs that he's been able to do
Mm-hmm.
with this, and I think is really cool.
Yeah. It's cool because you're always going to get the different games, and then some of them are like way easier, or they're like you do one of them to like do for your like your resources, and this is going to be your scoring card, and and every of them work differently based on the game. So yeah, it's been fun.
Yeah, I know when this game first came out, it wasn't designed to be something that talked about in our top 100 games of all time, but it was just something to a pastime of sorts that ended up being a serious game that keeps getting supported, and I think that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it is.
My number 72 is a game that actually you just talked about a little bit, briefly anyway. With the last one, and that's Can't Stop.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so it's number 56 last year. And there's more and more of these push your luck games, but this one is one of the early ones that did it really well.
Yep.
And the more of those I play, just the more it makes me want to come back to Can't Stop. Can't Stop is just a very smooth push your luck game with your rolling dice and moving up, and can't stop, gotta keep rolling, can't stop until eventually you bust. And I think I like playing it at 2 players the best. It does play up to 4, and it does once you get down to it later on with more players, it does make for a lot less options for things, but it's still a fun game, and you're rolling dice, and I think I can do one more roll and be okay, and then you don't, and then your really good turn just gets absolutely wasted. And it's fun, and there's so many different versions of this game, and there's some good versions with neoprene mats. There's some really cheap ones with plastic pieces, and then there's little tiny box versions and big box versions, and so many different versions of this game.
That's one I really like, and it'll probably show up later.
Yeah, and it's really and this game has survived long past the life of Sid Saxon, which I think is pretty cool. That not too many people can say that especially in the board game hobby, that's happened.
For sure. My number 71 is a new game to the list. It is Istanbul. Wow. Okay. In this game, you're gonna set up a thing, and you can do it randomly, or you can do the predetermined one in the rulebook. The goal is to get in a multiplayer game. It's 5, in a 2-player game, it's 6 gems. You can get the gems in many different ways. You can turn in resources to do it. You can spend coins to do it. You can try to get the resources to get these tiles to do it, and the part of the game that makes the game is you have this stack of things, and when you move it, you leave one down, and so you have to be careful of you have to basically plan your path to where you're going. And when I first played this game, I played the app a bunch, and I really liked it, so I bought the game, and I played it a few times since, and this has been a fun one.
Yeah, I need to try this at some point. Just the way you're moving around a route and trying to accomplish the goal, and each area has its own separate thing. It's a cool concept, and it seems like a great game, and that I need to try.
And then the big box I think it's a good big box because it's not overly huge. Okay. Like that Everdell one is absolutely massive. Yeah. This one is just like a normal size box, and it comes with both expansions, and I think I got it for like $50.
Nice. Okay. And right on.
Yeah, it was a really good deal, and it's been fun.
That might have been what I paid for just the base game. Alrighty. That's your 71?
Yep.
Alright, my 71 is going to be an interesting one because we talked about it in our list of the top 10 of 2025, and I don't know where it's going to be because I don't know how I'm going to feel about this game in the future. And that's Galactic Cruise.
Oh, yep. Nice.
Yeah, so Galactic Cruise is one I do quite enjoy, but it's so big, and it's so heavy, and it's so massive that I don't know how many times it's going to hit the table, because obviously it's a big box game and it's expensive and it's heavy and it's hard to table. And I feel like the first 4 or 5 times I play it, I'm going to have to relearn the game entirely every time.
Yep. Probably.
And it's a hard teach too.
I bet.
And hard to learn. And I was exhausted watching it the first time. And I'm like, okay, this is going to be super dumb. But I really enjoyed my play of this game. My plays of this game. It's just, it's a chore to always get it to the table and play it. And I don't know if this might be too heavy for me. But I'm enjoying it right now. And I want to continue to enjoy it. But I don't know if that's going to happen. But for anyone that doesn't know what Galactic Cruise is, you are running a Galactic Cruise line, and you are going to be advertising for that crew and hiring people to bring in people to go on your cruise, and you're building up these different cruise ships that you're going to have with different activities on it, and each type of person is going to want a different type of activity to be able to do. And then each cruise is going to have a different agenda of where it's going to go to, and different types of people are going to like different types of activities, and it's going to score you points based on how well you can accommodate people. And then you have this central board of different actions, like you're going to place your workers at different spots to do different things, different advertisement, get money. You need to have a certain amount of oxygen and food for everyone, and your crew and your passengers, and you have to have enough before you can lift off, because that's really bad, not having enough oxygen when you just go up to space. And it's you got the little gears that you're putting in the different spots to accomplish different goals, get free actions and stuff, get victory points and the like. And it's a very heavy game that I want to get to the table more. I just don't know. Will I?
Yeah, it's a fun one.
It's definitely fun. It's just very heavy. And it was definitely a chore for a first-time publisher to put up such a game. But yeah, it's a nice component quality game. But it's a massive box. That's I don't want to say it's quite Everdell big box size, but it's definitely not that big. But it's definitely not any smaller than anything else I have. Yeah, it's definitely larger than anything else I have, for sure, for games. So it's a big, heavy thing. So, yeah, that is my number 71 Galactic Cruise.
Nice.
Yeah, so that was quite an interesting 10 for both of us. We had a wide variety of different games.
Yep, for sure.
And 70 through 61 is going to be... I feel a little better about the games. There's a lot of mainstays on the list, top 50 stuff,
Yeah, there's some good games here. And then some new ones, some old ones.
Sweet. Yeah, and we'll see you on the next one. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Have a great rest of your day.
Bye.